Hey everyone, hi. It's Monday night and we are here again with you, the Tilt Hour. I'm Nettie Estes, and each and every Monday night we get together, our panel below, and we bring to you a 1 hour hangout that is about anything that you want to talk about. And we do this because we really like to bring you motivation, bring inspiration, bring you training, whatever it is that you need to get yourself through the very next week. And we'll be back again next Monday night with another training or another motivational hour because we just strongly believe that if we can all come together as a group, doesn't matter what business you're in, we're here to help you with that push that you need, with that little bit of extra, whatever it is that you're looking for that week. So if you're new to the Hangouts, will you please introduce yourself in the chat roll? And of course, our regulars that are so faithful, and thank you so, so, so very much, that show up every week. Hi to all of you, and thank you for being here again. We love you all. We do this for all of you, the entrepreneurs, the doer, the dreamer, the believers, and we won't stop until we've got you all where you want to be. So tonight we're a little bit different again. I like this. So we're starting to get into more training. Shirley's done her congruent training, and I've done a empathy map training. We did a training on the different themes to Klaatu, how you can use it if you're into It Works or isogenics or anything like that, a network marketing business. You can use our blog for that. But tonight we're going to tackle something that I am a complete doofus at, honest to God. Like, I looked at it and I thought, hell no, it ain't going to work for me, because I was lost. And I mean, I've gone on Pinterest to try and find recipes and things like that, and that's what I find is maybe a recipe, and then I'm hat coat out the door. And yet I know from everything everyone tells me, you should be using Pinterest in your business. It's an exceptional place to promote your business, to make engagement with people, to interact with people, and just to get your brand and your name out there. So this is a super, super important training tonight, and I know that you are all going to benefit from it. And our one and only beautiful Zen Devon is going to take charge tonight, and she is going to train us. And I'm so proud of her because, oh, and I forgot to mention Morgan did Facebook. Or no, Morgan's doing Facebook soon. Getting ahead of myself here, sorry. Back to Zen. She's going to do the training tonight on Pinterest, and I mean, take notes. Now, one thing I will mention, please take notes, but never forget that all of our Hangouts are recorded. So if you ever want to go back and watch it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, whatever it takes, you can just go to our link, and under the replays you can go down and look for the one that you're looking for. Maybe there's some other replay in there that you might, you know what, I just really need to hear this today. So you know, Zen, we're going to record it and you'll be able to see it there. But Zen's going to take it away. I'm so proud of her because she was not very much into Pinterest either, and she's rather self-taught. So this is, I'm really proud of her, and she's about to show us all on here what she can do. So Zen, if you could just take it away for the rest of us, we'd be more than happy to have you start up.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. First, I just want to tell you that I want you to take notes because, as you know, I'm a hypnotherapist, but there's something idiomotor about your pen to paper, okay? So it'll travel up your arm, go into your subconscious. You want to lock it in, okay? If you don't do that, I am going to show you my notes anyway, and you are free to PM me, and I will ship you the document, okay? But take your own notes, because this is going to get interesting. So I just want to tell you quickly, before I even begin, that I started this in March. So it is end of June now. So very short time I did this. Now, the interesting thing is that I used to look at Pinterest, and much like Nettie, I thought, wow, there's cool stuff on here. I kind of played with it like I'm very visual, so I'd go on there to, you know, kind of reduce stress and look at pictures. And I saw pretty things, and I looked at it more or less like Sky Mall. Like you're on a plane and you look through and you go, yeah, I'll take that, 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 and that. Or you see a recipe or two and you take it away. But the truth is that I didn't take it all that seriously. But then back in March, I thought, well, you know what? Why not start a few boards? What the heck? And the process, and I'm going to walk you through it. I'll show you my Pinterest, and then I started a fresh one under a different email so that I could show you just how freaking simple this is. But I started back in March, and the one thing that I did, two things that I did. I had an outsourcing conversation with somebody on Fiverr. I looked up the best social media person on Fiverr that fit my bill. And I had a short conversation with her. It was worth $5. And I didn't want her to build it for me. I just wanted to find out what was the best mechanism to do it. And one of the things that I've noticed on Pinterest is, well, there's two things, but the first one is people either have 4,000 pins and 200 followers, or 2,000 followers and 600 pins. So those numbers seemed kind of off to me, which is why I wanted to get some advice from somebody who knows more. So that's exactly what she told me, and I just kind of wanted to get clarity on that. Keep your numbers in line. If you're pinning too many pins and you're not getting followers from it, then people aren't interested in those particular things. Now, if you're just on there to present yourself like a Sky Mall, that's cool too. And so here's where I'm going to tell you that my departure, and this is my disclaimer, because a lot of people go on and start with a business page, and they're all about business. And we have a few that are leaders in, you know, our primary business that are on there that do exactly that, and they do well. And I don't know if they get leads. I have no idea what they do. I'm just giving my disclaimer, which is, I thought, I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a holistic kind of person. To me, everything is about everything. And so I thought, well, why not disclose and reveal who you are visually? The things that I'm interested in, because I want to attract people via commonalities, common interests. Wanting an online business, for instance, would be great, but also, are you into, hypnosis and NLP? Are you into exotic cars? Are you into some of the things that I'll show you, my boards, okay? And I thought, well, why not choose things that I'm interested in? So I'm going to give you a couple little stats before we go much further on this, but Pinterest is 47 million and growing, okay? And this started, I think it was back in 2010 or 11, okay? Last quarter of 2014, it had 111% growth. That's huge. And it's going to get even bigger. That's why in March I thought, just putting a little dabble in there, might be helpful. Now here's the funny thing. I did go back in because one of the things, and I'll show you when I show you the false one that I set up, is that you do have to map it back to your domain, whatever domain that is. I didn't put an offer directly to a sales page. I put it to my blog, and I did that for a reason. I want people to get to know me, like me, and trust me. I didn't really think of it in terms of direct sales, and I still don't, because it's one of those things that I'm just starting to actually care now because I see the numbers, and this week alone I got 10 leads from not much at all, just pinning. So, it's one of those things where steady growth and Pinterest, they're starting to expand their demographics, and I want to give you the quickie on the demographics because, like Nettie said, she went for recipes. I go there because it looks like Sky Mall. Well, the demographic is 35 and over, and usually women with children. Now, that's not all women over 35 with children, but they might be looking for recipes, whatever. They're trying to shift up and grow that demographic due to that 111% gain and open it up to men. Men are very visual, so their boards might look like they have a little bit, they might be a little bit racier. Who knows? Who cares? That could attract the kind of man that might want to do business with them and look at those kinds of boards. Why would I care if somebody wants to look at pinup boards or models? That's their business. But the fact is that they're trying to pull in other demographics, so stay tuned. And on that note, when you go to research something on Pinterest, and it's very similar to well, what's it very similar to? Actually, it's like Facebook. When you type in a name or a group name up in the search box, you can type in anything you want to. And it pulls up a bunch of pictures and a bunch of articles. Now, the one thing that is my main rule, and I'm going to give it to you, and really, I want you to follow this. Always click through before you pin anything. I've clicked through, and I've gone through and cleaned up all of my boards because I've gone through, you know, seen a nice visual or infographic, pinned it, later went and clicked on it, and the link is broken. Or the link goes entirely to a different article, which was not what was stated on the infographic or the picture. So always check your links, just because you want to keep this nice and clean and make sure you're sending people to the correct place. Okay? Okay, and well, let's get started. I think, okay, the other thing I wanted to really tell you is that, and this is interesting, Pinterest viewers are buyers. Look at me, I mentioned SkyMall, right? I saw a bunch of cool things that I might want to buy. I didn't buy anything from Pinterest yet, but it certainly interests me because you get the visual, you can click through, you can get right to the website, and boom, you can be right in a shopping cart and buying whatever it is that you saw. So stay tuned for that because I think it's going to be very much open to business opportunities as well. I mean, I got 10 leads just this week from this, and without doing much. So I'm going to go in and re-examine it because, well, an interesting thing happened on the way to the forum also because I started this in March. And let's see, March, April, in early May, I got an email from Pinterest asking me if I would like to start promoting pins. And I remember posting it on Facebook and getting a hit from somebody who uses Pinterest quite heavily, saying, oh, I've been trying to get some advertising on there. And I'm sure she has by now. But the fact that they offered it to me, I thought, okay, I'm doing something right. So that's why I want you to grow your numbers in the proportions that I'm going to show you on my Pinterest. And with that, I think we'll get going. Oh, the other thing is whatever you define consistent as, and I don't care if that's 5 minutes a day or if you want to pin twice a week, whatever it is, pick it, choose it, put it on your calendar and do it. Because it is all about growing those boards and it is about consistency, and people are watching that. They just are. The other thing that I did with it, which was one of my most brilliant maneuvers, I think, because, you know, we do a lot of reading of other people's blogs and syndicating, and so I made a board called Guest Bloggers, and when I syndicate one of your blog posts, if I think it's good, I put it over on Guest Bloggers. Now, I've yet to promote one of those, but I'm going to try it out and see how that works. And if somebody gets a sign up because they like your article better than my own board where I put my own blog articles, more power to you. You know what? I mean, to me, we live in an abundant world, and people are going to be just as attracted to someone else as they might be to being with me and being on my team. I'm totally okay with that if somebody resonates with somebody else on this panel or in another industry. I don't care because, to me, there's plenty for all of us. So with that, let's see. I'm going to screen share. Let's see, entire screen. Here we go. Are we ready? And let me know if you can, whoa, that always happens, I guess, but can somebody turn on their microphone and let me know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go to your pages.
Oh, just go to my page. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. All right. So there I am. And you can see that you have, I think it's 165 characters to write what you want up there. But as you can see right here, I have it mapped to my blog right there. Okay, and there is a process that you have to do with this. Well, I immediately went back to my person at Fiverr, and she said, you don't even need to pay me more. I'm going to get my husband to map it for you. It took 10 minutes, and I researched that for 15 minutes how to do it, and I thought I could spend an hour doing this. Much easier to spend $5. And that would have been a $10 total investment in outsourcing just to get that done. Well worth it. Okay, so what happens is, and I'll show you when I show you the fake board, but when you start up, you get 5 boards. So I picked different boards. I think I did the Empowering Quotes, NLP, Online Marketing, Find Your Inspiration, and since then I've added all these. So these are things that, to me, give you a little snippet about what I like. Art, guest bloggers, my blog, my videos are up there, and I have to fill all those because I don't have them full with all of my blogs and videos yet. Guest blogger is where everybody gets syndicated. If I read your blog and I like it, I write a comment and I put it right up here. let's see. So I've got, you know, and I start a new board every now and again. Like this one I just started, blogging your online real estate, and I put in 2 articles there. Raising teens, I decided to put, so that mothers over 35 that are following here, because I've, you know, my followers are low, and I'll show you my numbers and the stats and the analytics in a minute, because it's real interesting. The analytics are awesome on Pinterest and very easy to read. But I thought, well, people who are 35 and over, they may be raising young kids, which I'll get into also. I'll put up a board for that too. I had a young child at one point, so I know about that also. And then I put relationship strategies, because that was one of the highlight things that I went to extra special hypnotherapy classes for. And so I just put up one video for now, but I'm going to get into that as well. And I just think it's a well-rounded approach to who I am, how it is, get and stay fit. I like good-looking men. I like clothes, you know, I mean, all these things, you know, just add up to, you know, who Zen Devin is, and maybe we might have some commonalities there. Maybe you're just looking for, you know, a blogging platform. Maybe you're looking for a new industry online. So I've got it all here for you. And now I'm going to show you. Oh, I wanted to tell you this one thing, because when I got approached to do the advertising, I had this as a personal board. It's really easy once you get your board set up. If you want to start as a personal, it's very easy to shift it to business. It's also, I suppose, easy to start it up as a business, but I actually don't know how to do that. I started both of these as personal, but when they emailed me, they said just click here, go here, and in your account settings, and boom, you are a business page now. So it's super simple, and they make it nice and easy for you to read the analytics as well. So to me, it was about not so much solely about business as it is transparency of myself and the business. The growing of the boards, I told you just before we hopped on the screen share, be consistent, whatever that means to you. Now, I usually post 2 to 3 pictures on 2 to 3 boards per day. Sometimes that's more, but it's never less than that. And let's see, long-term growth strategy. I wrote that in my notes, and then I put in parentheses, didn't even know I had one, because actually until they approached me about advertising and until I saw my numbers here, which if you can see, I'm following 234, 209 are following me. I've got likes, and I've got 416 pins on 25 boards. So the numbers are in a nice ratio there. I wish they would show the repinning, but I'm going to check that in analytics. They might. So we'll get there next. It is a good idea to add a video board and your blog posts, in my opinion, so that way, if you're going to promote a pin, you might want to promote one of your blog posts or one of your videos. It's very similar to doing PPC anywhere else, only you can get some, you know, you can get your leads for, I mean, 5 cents. So it's a nice approach. Let's see. Okay, so to me, yeah, I was going to say this. This is a social media, but to me it's the shyest of all social media because it's very visual. There's not a whole lot of interaction. I mean, you can send messages here. I have gotten messages here. In fact, I have 6 sitting there right now. But more often than not, people just like, you know, they hit your page and tap on it, and it brings up a little heart, and they like your pin, or they repin it. And that's how you connect with other people, because you'll get an email telling you that you got repinned, or that so-and-so liked your blog post or whatever, and you can click through to their board and follow them or check out what they're about also. So it's kind of cool like that. But to me, it's a very soft touch, and that's why, unlike, maybe mine is a little unorthodox, but I like to reveal who I am, what I do, and how I am, and so I take a very soft touch approach with it. Now that I see that there's 10 leads coming in this week, maybe I'll figure out exactly how I did that and exactly where they pinned, and I might even be able to see it in our analytics now. So bringing your business into the mix is really in your bio link there, and you know, you can make references, and I'll show you. Let's see. Let me go to my blog here. Okay, as you can see, they all have pinned from Inviting Abundance, pinned from Inviting Abundance, so they can click through and get to my blog. This one's pinned from YouTube. So they can get through, go to YouTube, they can comment there, and then they can follow the link there, which is in, you know, the description section to my blog. So you can make clearer references if you want to, and I may do it, I don't know yet. I may put a direct link to a sales page via a custom domain name at a later date, maybe soon. I just don't know. I'm going to watch it and see what happens from here. But you can make reference down here, because on each of these, let me take this one for instance. See, you have send. You can send it to a friend if you see a blog post that you think somebody else. You can send it out to a group of pinners, or you can send it out to a fellow pinner. You can pin it on another board, or you can hit edit. And here's where you can put in description. You can put click through on my bio or whatever you want to put. So I haven't gotten that far, and I've been going through my boards and putting in my my blog on pretty much all of them. And you can always have them just click through on the things that they like, you know, and just see that. Like let's take this board for instance. I do write underneath. See, it's pinned from Road and Track, pinned from 0 to 100. Now, when I get to it, I will go in here and I'll edit them, and I'll say, "Are you a car lover too? Come visit me at my blog. It's not about cars, but maybe you'll be interested in other. You know, I don't know what I'll write there. Actually, I haven't thought about that yet. I may make another blog about exotic cars because I do love them, but I haven't decided that yet. So. Okay, let's go back up to here, and let's go into analytics, because this is where it gets really interesting, because everything is just right there. So you know, I look at those percentages and I go, wow, good things are happening there. And look at my top pin impressions for the last 30 days are all a blog post, except for Architecture by Zaha Hadid down here. So the numbers are growing. Look at that. That's 256, and it's up at 4,178 with 54 repins, which means when somebody repins it, it's over on their wall, their Pinterest page, and it's up for grabs, and it goes directly to my blog post also. So if somebody likes the Purging Negativity, learn that the method, they might click through there, like my blog, and just keep reading, or sign on to, you know, my list, opt in. So there's many things that could be happening, and that's what I want to track a little more carefully, because when I looked at it, I thought, well, okay, I've got 10 leads from Pinterest. I really need to start figuring out exactly where they're coming from. But when people repin them, it might be difficult to tell. So at any rate, you know, it is what it is. But when you look down here, inbound versus outbound marketing, I got 19 clicks on that with only 256 impressions, which is impressive. So, and this one had 4,000 impressions, but only 3 clicks. So something about the specificity of inbound marketing versus outbound marketing was appealing. And so I'll probably write a little bit more specific. You know, and I tend to do that anyway on my blog. I write a little bit about the mind and subconscious behavior, and then I tend to go into some marketing strategies and things like that. Okay, so here's my audience, though, and look at the monthly engagement, the average amount of monthly viewers. I mean, it's all right here. It's really amazing analytics if you think about it. And then it brings down to your daily impressions. Let's take a look at repins. That's what I wanted to look at anyway. Average daily repins, 4. Okay, so my repins could be better, but look at Purging Negativity up there. That one got 54 repins. How to Shift Your Thinking got 21. So up until that point, I wasn't really doing a heck of a lot of anything there, but obviously there's something about that those 2 blog posts, which are about the mind, shifting your thinking and purging negativity, that was appealing. So I'm going to go with that and probably you know, do some blog posts that are geared to that, and some videos too. And that there comes the part about average daily clicks. Okay, that's not high yet, but I plan on working on that. And let's see, all-time high. Okay, so it gives everything that you know, that I've done here. And some of those are just look at DIY curtain headboards. Those are, you know, are the power of hashtag. That's social media. Ultramodern shell residence. So some of these things are from different boards, and that's cool. That's fine with me. So honing in, and really this is one of those things that I'll eventually hone in on it and master it, and you know, but right now I'm kind of playing with it. And then let's go to here's your audience. This is, I thought was pretty interesting. That's a lot of average monthly viewers for a board that's only 4 months old, just barely. And it also tells you where predominantly your audience is coming from. So interestingly enough, I do know a handful of people in South Africa, and they may be the people who are clicking through. I don't know. But it's predominantly coming from the U.S. And look at the numbers on the gender. Now, see, this is why they're going to grow this demographic, because look at that number. That's a lot of males. Unspecified. I'm not quite sure what that means. They may have an account and just not specified whether they're male or female when they set it up. That's possible. But this is you know, kind of a 50-50 ratio here, and so they're growing that male market, which is why you know, I want to keep an open market plan with it, even though my market really would be 35 and over. Let's see, all audiences. I think. Let's see. My followers. Okay. Average monthly viewers, 21. Okay. Interests. So what my followers are into is presented here. Now, I don't have a board for street art or books right now, although I do love both. I love photography. Desserts, I'm trying to, I keep mine on paleo and fit and healthy, so I'll probably skip desserts unless they have some paleo things. But technology, quotes, travel, style, makeup, you know, all these would be good boards for me to add, because these are the things that my followers are into, and as long as I'm into them also, I will do it. So that's my current page. Now, I want to sign off here and show you. I'm going to sign back in. Here we go. This is the board that I just made up. So I used I use an email where I send you know, fluff and things that I don't really want to check. So this is my new board, and it's under Lil M. Okay, so here's the home feed now. These are other people who have things popped up here, and interestingly enough, let's take a look at my boards, because I just set this up the other day. Okay, I didn't even pick any boards because I wanted to show you. Now look at that. I have 8 followers, and I'm following 24 people already. So there's a certain part of this system that's already automated. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. Because that part was built for me, and I don't even have any boards. So here's what happens. You sign in with your email. You give it a password, and they'll send you a link via email, and that brings you right to this board right here. So that's where I was at, and then I shut it down so I could show you how to create the boards. Okay, so you can name a board, and you can put travel, or you can name it whatever fun stuff you want. Travel destinations. You can give it here. You can fill it in with clever stuff, because this is the header for your page. This will be your header for your page, and it does show up. So do I want to keep it secret? No. Do I need to map it? No. What kind of board is it? And you go down and hit travel. Can your members invite others? Yeah, sure, of course. So, and if I want somebody else that can add to the board as a collaborator, you can put their email in here, and they have access to that board as well. And then you create your board. Now there's your first, you know, your first board. So from here, I don't know if you, I'll just do one very quickly. I'm going to put in Bali. And here's exactly, you know, what you can do. You just grab an image, copy and paste it. You go to Pinterest, and right down here, this is where you add all your pictures. Upload a pin or pin from a website. and you just copy and paste it into there. You grab the picture, hit pin it, and here you can add a description. Would love to go here. Have you been? I have to try this because it might create some engagement. I don't know that people read it all that much, and as I said, I mean, I'm a self-taught little expert over here, but there are many things that I still have to learn. So it'd be kind of fun to test out things like that and put a question in there and see if people actually respond. And then you pin it. And then you keep picking other boards. Now, see, it'll take you to other people. See, it automatically brought me to somebody that they thought that I would connect with and follow. And I could go here and repin one of her pins if I want to. See, I can grab this and hit pin it and put it, I guess they already set up some board. I did set up some boards. Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I'll have to give you the research on that one in a minute. Let's go back here because I thought that you could. Let's see. Maybe it's not quite set up right. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. There it is. Okay. Now I can probably go to. Let's see. I don't know who I'm following, but sorry about that. Okay, anyway, so these are the boards that I actually did pick the other day, so I guess people started following because of that. Let's go to my followers, though, here, because I want to show you exactly how you can just pop things over onto your site. It's pretty easy. And it's called a repin. Okay, so, you know, I'm not going to put it to mine because we're on something else. So I'll just grab this. So you just grab it and you can like it by hitting that little heart. You can send it to somebody if you like, or you can pin it. And I'm going to put this in travel because it really doesn't matter. And I could have put something down here in the descriptor, but I didn't. So that's how you pin back to your boards, okay? So let's see. Let's go back to here. Okay, so as you can see, that's how you build your board. So if you do 2 to 3 pictures on each board a day, you can see that within a few weeks or a month, you can really build up several boards. And like I said, make sure your numbers, your ratios are good. You don't want to have 6,000 followers and have 60 pictures, and you don't want to have 6,000 pictures and only have 25 followers either. So I think that's basically it. Let me take a quick look at my notes here. Oh, one of the things that and I think I can go back to, here's the Pinterest notes that are from this. If you need it, just send me a PM and I will send you that, but hopefully you've been taking your own notes. And I'm going to switch off screen share now and just tell you a couple things, and then we can open it for Q&A if you like. Let's see, how do I get out of this? Stop sharing. There it is. That's pretty easy. Okay, so here I'm back. And okay, so regarding repinning, if it's for business, and usually those are the ones that I do repin. I do for cars and art sometimes too, but mostly I do it for the business boards that I have, which were, you know, blogging, guest blogging, videos. Those are mine though, the videos and the blogging, and then the guest bloggers. And then I have, you know, SEO practices, I have social media training, I have several boards like that. But the main thing that I look for, again, the rule, always click through before pinning. Make sure that you at least scan the article and see that it's got some valuable information, because the #1 question you want to ask yourself is, will my peeps find this valuable? Because if they're not going to find it valuable, they're not going to click through, and they're going to think that you're just fluffing your boards and, you know, adding stuff. And you don't want that. You want to add value. If it's not good information for them to have, or you haven't read it and saw that there's some really good points in the article, just don't post it. Don't repin it. Go find something else that, you know what tends to be good are infographics. So grab an infographic and repin that. But that usually clicks through to an article too, so check that first before you do it. And then ask yourself, will my follower be likely to repin it? Because you do want that, because that's what spreads around your link. You know, like my blog link is in all those things. So if somebody repins my article, there's my blog link down there. So now they have it on their wall. Now if somebody starts scanning their wall for SEO practices, let's say for instance, and they see my infographic or article, they may click through and go to my blog also. So that's why it's kind of hard to track where the leads may exactly be coming from. And then ask yourself, who am I repinning from? Are they somewhat of an authority? Now, I say that laughingly because I've been on for 4 months, so there are people who consider me somewhat of an expert in the things that I pin on my boards, but the truth is that I've been online for a while. So, yeah, I pick good articles for them to repin. So that's why they're getting repinned probably a little bit more. I did promote a post, that last one that had the 4,000. I did boost that post and do a little bit of advertising with them. I put it at $2 a day, and I run it for 3 days and see what it does. Usually it gets me between 35 to 50 followers and several repins. But that was an outrageous amount of repinning, so I have to really take a look at the analytics and take a look, because most of the time it gathers me followers, not repins. But I like the repins because that means my link is out on somebody else's wall, and you just never know who's going to be interested in reading one of my articles or blog posts and click through and go, oh, I'll put my email address in here and see what this woman actually does. So you just don't know, and to me it's just another organic way that only takes 15 minutes a day max, so I'm cool with it. The other question you want to ask yourself, of course, is will this repinner be interested in my business? You know, go take a look at their board, see what they're about. Are they online in an online business? Are they a stay-at-home mother who, you know, is killing time, building their boards, and maybe they're looking for a little something to make some income on the side, or they really are looking for something, but they don't want to go back to work. They want to stay home with their kids. You just don't know. So it's kind of fun to follow them and see if they're either interested in your business or in becoming a follower. Now, they will do that by becoming one of your followers, number one, so you'll know then. And if they're interested in your business, they're likely to start repinning some of your blog posts or videos or something. Okay, so that will be a telltale sign. And that way you might want to engage with them. You can send comments. I haven't done a whole lot of direct messaging yet, but you know, when I just showed you my Pinterest site, there were 6 comments in there. That was from today because I did it this morning and I didn't look at it again. So I'll go back and check that later. When pinning from a large account, meaning to me a large account is over 5,000 followers. When I'm pinning from a large account, how many times has it been repinned? And this is a very good question because I don't know how to determine that. I just saw that question when I did a little research about Pinterest online, and I thought that's a very good question because I want to know how far and wide a repinning can go. Because, as I said, I mean, 111% growth is huge. You get enough people interested in one of your boards and interested in one of your articles, and they start repinning, and it keeps repinning from there. You'll be a large account also, pretty quickly. And the main thing to ask yourself when you're building any board and pinning anything or repinning anything is, does it entertain? Does it inspire, motivate, or provide valuable information? If it doesn't meet at least one of those criteria, don't repin it. Really, just don't do it. And don't build a board that's not going to be entertaining, inspiring, motivating, or provide some kind of info. Now you might look at my boards and say, well, I'm not interested in beautiful spaces and architecture. Great. Then you won't look at that one particular board. But you might be a woman who's interested in fashion or staying fit, and you'll look at that board. And that's okay too. It doesn't matter to me which one attracts you. It's the commonality of interest and the possibility that you might be interested in doing some business online. Because it is appealing, because the people visiting your board, you have to remember, are already online. They're already in antisocial social media, which is what I kind of call it, because it's all images, it's all very visual. But I am going to start experimenting with commenting and underneath my pictures that I pin, writing something about, and I did it with a few of the cars, and a few of the cars did get repinned. I don't know if it was for that or because the car was beautiful. I'm not quite sure, so I'm going to start playing around and seeing, because I'm impressed with my own numbers because I really literally didn't do a whole heck of a lot other than, like I said, build the boards and put 2 to 3 pictures on 2 to 3 boards per day since the beginning of March. And I'll finish with calculate your number. See, to me, I don't really at this date want to do anything. Let me throw out the number, okay? I'm going to say I'm worth $50 an hour at least, okay? So if something takes me a half an hour to research and another half an hour to implement that I can go to Fiverr and pay somebody $5 for, well, then I just saved myself $45 and an hour. That's my opinion. So when it comes down to doing the math, I'd rather save myself the aggravation and spend $5 to have somebody do a quick little research or fill me in on the research. That was the best $5 that I spent, was getting in touch with this social media girl who has a master's in marketing and communications and does stuff on Fiverr and makes a living. So, she was quite informative, and it's interesting, paying $5 for a conversation with somebody who knows what they're doing can help you tremendously, because I might have gone in there and just started creating 1 million boards, putting up 1 million pictures, and not have the followers or the following to go with it. And Pinterest doesn't like that, which is why you won't get approached to do some advertising. Now, I haven't dropped a whole lot of dollars on advertising there because I want to gauge it and run the analytics a little closer before I do that. But I will definitely ramp it up and scale it up, because this week, like I said, it's only 10 leads, but what if I can put a 0 on the end of that and have 100 leads by investing a little bit more? But it has to be specific. I have to know where I'm putting it so that I do it correctly. And that's what I'm going to start analyzing myself, because I just didn't see it having any traction until just recently, which was awesome to see. Suddenly I had these emails from Pinterest saying, so-and-so, and then I get a lead right after that. And I went, huh, okay, same name. Awesome. So, you got to like that. So that's pretty much it. I think maybe do we want to open up the mic? Nettie, you want to open up your mic and let me know? Is there any questions? Does anybody have anything they want to add?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was great, Zen. That was fantastic. Really, really helpful to somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, I loved it. There's a couple of questions I've got, but Helen has asked a question in the chat roll.
Okay.
How do you get to your analytics?
Oh, okay. Let me screen share quickly again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
I have a question too when you have time.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me just answer Helen's real quickly because it's super simple. Okay, where's my Pinterest board? Okay, let me get out of here. Okay, you can see this, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you click on your name, and it drops down a little spinny wheel over here. You can promote pins here. I should show you that, actually. And here's where you can edit your profile and put in all your user information right here. And when you click the website, see this button right here? Actually, I'm glad she asked that because I forgot to show you this. When you hit confirm website, there's a process that has to be done, and that's what I paid the Fiverr. This person, her husband is a tech guy. He had it done in 5 minutes flat. I took a look at it, and I just went, that's not something I want to deal with learning how to do. I mean, I'm sure it's fairly simple if you're a tech folk, but I'm not, so I just let it go. So that's your profile. Here's where you can promote pins. So, oops, what's that? Okay. So see, you can take your highest performing promoted pins. Let's see. Let's see what I promoted here. Boost engagement, get traffic. Okay. I think I'd have to start a campaign there to show you that. But I spent $485, I guess, is the amount. Total impressions, next steps. Okay. So here we go.
Where exactly did you go to get to that? You were at the profile, and then you went where?
I'll show you. Let me get back there. Trying to get back to my home feed. Okay. All right. First of all, you always start on your. You click up in your name up in the right-hand corner. This brings up this. Okay. Mm-hmm. over to the right, you can edit your profile. This is where you do your advertising. You hit promote pins. They will pop that up there for you, or it'll just be empty if they don't, if you're not yet allowed to advertise. Okay, but this little spinny wheel right here is where you go to log out. You can make a widget. I haven't even looked at that yet. You can look at your promoted pins. You can find friends if you want to. I mean, I haven't gone there to look up people that I know for a fact are on Pinterest. I just haven't gotten to any of that stuff yet. But here's your analytics. It's right underneath there. And so there you go. And you can do, you can look at your profile for analytics and see it has your impressions, repins, your clicks, your all-time, and then you can look at your audience right here too. So once in demographics and interests. Let's take a look at interests. I don't think I showed that before. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, and then you just go click back onto your home feed over here and just click on your name. That'll bring up your own front page, and again, it's up in this spinny ball corner in the drop-down menu, which is also where you log out. I actually don't log out.
I have one question, Zen. Did you?
My comments went from 6 to 22 right here. Go ahead. You know what? Let me get back over here, and I'll not screen share anymore. You can. Okay. I'm back.
The analytics bar.
Yeah.
Did that show up after you started paying for traffic?
Probably.
I don't have an analytics bar on my board.
Okay, so in the upper right-hand corner where that spinny ball is, you don't have an analytics bar.
Then I just wanted to interrupt you for a second. I had to set up my Pinterest to be a business account, and then I could see the analytics thing that Nettie was talking about. So Nettie, if you're not seeing that, maybe I just wanted to jump in.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because the truth is that I started it as a personal profile. When they sent me that email saying, would you like to promote some pins, would you like to advertise, I went, oh, okay, but I don't know how to turn it into a business account. And the girl, you know, that was responding to my email said, oh, just go here, do this, do that, and it'll show you your analytics. So yeah, once you shift yours from personal to business, it'll show up with the analytics. And maybe that's why Helen can't see it in the right-hand corner of hers. Maybe she's got a personal profile. You need to shift it to a business profile. And I think at this point, you know, they probably take advertising from anyone. I don't think I'm special. I think they just approached me because of the ratio of the boards at the time. But I think you could probably just set yours up as a business account and start advertising, I think. Check it out and you know, just set it up and shift it from personal to business and see if they accept your ads, you know. Go to that promote pin thing.
And the other question that I have, and then Erica, you jump in, is you said that you got some leads today. Did you have your link on a picture? Is that how you got leads? Or I know you said you're not sure where they came from, but you must have had your link somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the link I have on every blog post, and it's under almost all the pictures in my board, regardless of what the pictures are about. I haven't done it on, and I showed you the board with the cars, and I haven't gotten to that yet. I've been working through this because I was thinking, well, you know, that's all well and good that they see pictures of exotic cars that I like, but the truth is that I want them to visit my blog, regardless if it's about exotic cars or not. So I'm going to go back to, I've been going back through all my pictures and putting, hey, come visit my blog, and just putting my blog post address. So it's hard to track. The only thing that I saw, though, that led me to know that those 10 actually came from Pinterest was the fact that I got an email saying this follower is following you now, and it has their name. I clicked through, I went to their wall, I looked at their wall, and then, you know, within 10, 15 minutes, new lead comes in and it had the same name. Now there may be more. I don't even know, because this is the thing that I have to narrow down and figure out how to do that. I may create a subdomain and do it that way so that I can track it better, because this is my, you know, this is the part of me that, you know, I like doing the fun stuff. I don't like doing analytics. So I have to come up with a method to do that. So I probably create a subdomain.
Yeah.
And give it, you know, I'll probably have it go back to my girl and her husband on Fiverr and ask them to remap it to a different custom subdomain.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Erica, what did you, thanks, Zen, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Zen, thank you. You've piqued my interest. I started looking at Pinterest, gosh, 3 years ago, when it just started getting, really, people started talking about it, and one thing I noticed was everyone was scared about copyright on images. And so the minute I heard that, I just ran away and focused on something else. So are you able to use public images like how you pulled them from Google, or is copyright still an issue?
No, I pull them, and if they lead to a website, that's the only thing that they don't want you to do. If it leads to a website, let's say I pull a product, for instance, and it leads to a website where I can purchase that product, I can't pull their website out of there. So what I do is I alter the description underneath the picture and say visit my blog and put my blog information there. So if it is a product that is going to a specific website, you can't alter that, because then you'll probably get a little email telling you to quit it.
A lot of images in the Google Images I've noticed, though, they have the pin right on there, don't they?
Exactly. So it's public domain and it's pinnable and it's fine. You will run into, and I've run into this just looking for pictures for blog posts, where it says, copyright infringement, and it usually has some kind of watermark on the picture. And I know a lot of people do that for their Instagram accounts. They put their website, and I started doing that, but I thought, well, I pulled it from public domain, and I actually don't care. As long as people click through, I really don't care if it says www, Zen Devon, that doesn't matter to me. The point that matters to me is, are they clicking through on the link in my bio? So I try to stay focused on what I think they'll do when they look at a picture. So if somebody looks at, like, let's say under the board Fashionistas, for instance, I don't have much in there because I just created that last week. I saw a funky pair of pants and I just went, oh, those are cool. So I put them on there. But now if somebody clicks through on that picture, it will take them to the store where they can buy those pants. But in the description box, I can certainly put, aren't these great? I don't blog about fashion, but come visit my blog anyway, or whatever I want to put there. I haven't decided on how I want to word these things yet, because I'm just working on going back into my boards that aren't related to business and figure out how to incorporate the business into them. Because if we have some things in common, let's say it's a woman over 35, she's got a couple of kids, she sees that I've got teen stuff on there, she's got a teen too, she's a fashion person, she liked the same thing that I did, she clicked through, maybe she even bought the pants, but she saw my description and said, hey, maybe I might like this chick's blog. I'm going to click through and see what she's got going on. And then they see that it's law of attraction and some internet marketing tips on there. Because my blog posts tend to rotate either, it's hypnotherapy / personal development / law of attraction, or it's information about social media or internet marketing. So they can get a few things covered there. And so you never know what'll attract somebody to do that. And that's what I was mentioning early on, the guest bloggers. When I syndicate, I put a blog up there, and it's about something that I don't blog about at all. Well, Nettie might be looking for information on that, and she might see guest bloggers and go, huh, that's weird, and click on the board and start looking around and going, oh, wow, that sounds interesting. This is about dogs. I have 2 dogs. Let me click on that. Read that person's blog article, completely become attracted to who and what they do, and click there and start business with them. This is what I mean by I don't care. I think we live in an abundant universe. So you know what? If somebody comes through my guest blogger board, and I always wish that for all of you. When I send one through, I mean, I also send a wish that somebody out there actually will be looking for your blog posts and get kind of turned on by what you do and how you do it, and good for you. You get a lead. Awesome.
I just want to take a minute and mention that Don Weber, bless his heart, has put a link into the chat roll that allows you to change your Pinterest account from a personal one to a business. So if anybody's looking as to how to do that, the link is in the chat roll.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that was really good. So,
excellent. Thanks, Don. Because he sent me a private message while I was talking, and I didn't want to keep looking over at private messages. So yeah, that's great. Thanks so much.
Okay.
I've got a question, if it's right.
What's that?
I've got a question, if it's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've talked about this. I've been a little bit occupied, as you can probably see.
Oh yeah, no, we got 6 minutes, so I'll just tell everybody right now before you even ask the question. Whoever asked you to come here tonight, get back to them. If you're interested in going into business with them, get back to them. Have a chat. Click through. Click on the start here. Whatever you want to do. Morgan, go ahead. What's your question, hon?
I know that you do.
I just want to say that too. I love everyone on this panel, and I love all of our regulars, and any newbies that happen to jump on. So there you go. Hearts to all of them.
Yeah, potions made you really, really loving tonight.
Well, ever since I wrote that blog post about the love method, oh man, everybody's been telling me that. They're like, you need to read that and rewrite that and post it once a week because you're good. So what's your
my question's about when you get into all the different social medias, you know, Instagram and Pinterest and whatever else there is, you need to make a lot of different pictures. And my question is, would you reuse your Instagram pictures for Pinterest and vice versa, like make maybe 4 a day and just use them over all of the different social medias, or do you make specific different ones or pick different ones for, you know, Pinterest and Instagram?
That's interesting. You know, for Pinterest, and this is what I mean, for me it's like SkyMall, and I do the same thing. I pop up and I repin other people's stuff. I click through to their sites and I look at what their sites are about, you know, their wall is about, and I repin at least 5 daily, you know, from walls that I follow. And then, you know, because I love Asian art and I love exotic cars, and, you know, there's a few things that I love, I go to the search box. Now I do the search box on Pinterest, which is cool because I'm repinning for somebody else. Or if I just have an interest that day and I'm thinking, oh, you know, social media, what's a good SEO tip? I could either put that in the search box on Pinterest, or I can Google it, and if there's a cool infographic, you can snag it as long as it has nothing there. Hi, honey. As long as it has nothing there about copyright, you can snag that and repin it. And as Nettie just mentioned, a lot of pictures now on Google, they automatically have a pin it button right there. You just have to click on it and pop it up there. I don't normally use the same pictures, or I keep them in a rotation for Instagram. So for instance, like today, and it was real interesting because when I saw all these leads popping in right after I had 6 accounts, and I popped up a video, and today I mixed it up. Usually when I do a 15-second video, I put it on all 6 of those accounts. And today I thought, well, let me mix this up. And I did, but every single one of the leads came from the video. So I put it on 2 accounts, and I mix up the pictures. So I do a rotation of my pictures. I pick 3 to 4 pictures. I write the copy and put the picture right in notes on my phone. Because I do everything from my phone. I started working with only Pult. I didn't care for it. The timing never worked right, and I like to do mine at specific times. So I just keep everything in notes, and I just pop it straight up to Instagram. I just log in, grab the whole thing, pop it up there. Hashtags are already in there, and pop it up, log out of that account, log back in under another one, pick a different picture where I already have the copy. So all that takes me about maybe 40 minutes. And I only post 1 to 2 times a day.
Brilliant. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I get it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great training. I'm going to get into Pinterest. Decided?
Yeah. No, it's fun. I mean, it's actually a lot of fun, and you'll enjoy it. You know, it's like shopping without buying anything.
Not as scary as it sounds. People, I mean, for myself, without having a Pinterest account at the moment, it's kind of a bit overwhelming. Like, oh God, something new to learn. You know, we're always learning new things. But really, if you just take 20 minutes, you're probably going to actually be able to set up your account and get a couple of things, and then it's done. You know? It's easy.
It's set up in 5 minutes flat. If I showed you how easy it is, and I have another spam thing, but we're coming up on the hour, so I don't want to do that. But literally, you put in your email address, your password, they send you a link to your email, you click on it, and boom, you are in. You pick 5 boards of topics that you like. And you can pick another 5 if you want to. If you wanted to build 10, and I wouldn't suggest doing more than 10 to start with. Build those boards first, 2 to 3 pictures every day until you get each board at about 5 to 10 pictures, and then start adding more boards. You know, if you add too many boards and you only have 1 picture on each, the ratio just looks funny. So that's my suggestion. And we're coming up on the hour, so I'm going to turn it back over to you, Nettie. If anybody else has any other questions, put them in the chat roll. I'll answer them for you over there. Thanks so much for listening. Nettie, you have to unmute.
Yeah, helps, doesn't it? Oh, sorry, gang. I realize this, and I'll wrap this up really quick because, oh man, I think we could continue talking about this. So super interesting. And Zen, thank you so much. You did such a wonderful job explaining and everything. I loved it. So if there's more questions, please put them in the chat roll or message somebody privately. Message Zen privately. She'll get back to you. I just want to tell you that we're so glad that you all came tonight, and if you've enjoyed this training, we'd love to have you on our tribe. So click that link below that says let's get started or get started right now. I forget what it says, but oh my goodness, come on in because we have more trainings than this, and we really, really open our doors and our hearts to you to try and make you succeed in whatever business you're in. So get back to the person that invited you here tonight or get a hold of one of us, but for heaven's sakes, don't sit and think about it. Do it. Just do it and go forward with it because your dreams depend on it. And on that note, I just want to say, guess what? We're coming at you with another fantastic training next week. This is just so cool, our trainings. This one's going to be on communications and conversations. And that's a dying breed, conversation, so I can't wait for this. And our dear Miss Kristen is going to take the handle on this one, so please, please make sure that you're here next week. But in the meantime, click on that link below, get on our team, Total Inspired Living Tribe, get back to the person that invited you here tonight, and get with us. We have a ton of fun and make money while we're doing it, so can't lose. But same time, same place, next Monday night, different topic. So take care and have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye now.